Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving straight into the original source material that completely rewired how the modern world builds software. Now, I know we hear the word Agile thrown around a lot. It's become a bit of a corporate buzzword, right? But today, we're skipping the jargon. We're going right back to the original 2001 manifesto to unpack its core mechanics, and we are going to focus specifically on the 4 pillars of Agile. Here is our roadmap for today. First, uncovering a better way. Second, the 4 pillars of Agile. Third, delivering value and embracing change. Fourth, empowering motivated self-organizing teams. And finally, simplicity and continuous improvement. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. Uncovering a better way. So before this manifesto even existed, the software industry was just bogged down. We're talking incredibly rigid, inflexible ways of working. People were super frustrated. And that frustration led to this incredibly powerful, active opening line: we are uncovering better ways of developing software by doing it and helping others do it. Notice how they didn't just sit back and theorize some perfect academic model. No, they declared a total hands-on revolution.
That whole movement officially found its voice back in 2001. 17 software practitioners, including absolute industry heavyweights like Kent Beck and Martin Fowler, retreated to a ski resort in Snowbird, Utah. They took all their collective and often super frustrating experiences and distilled them into the manifesto we're exploring right now.
Section 2. The 4 Pillars of Agile. This whole philosophy is built on 4 fundamental values, and they're designed around this brilliant tension between 2 competing ideas. On the left, we have individuals and interactions. On the right, processes and tools. This first pillar basically recognizes a hard truth. You can have the most expensive, state-of-the-art tools in the world, but if human communication fails, well, the project fails. It's really that simple.
Moving on to the second pillar. This one shifts the focus toward tangible results. It values working software over comprehensive documentation. Look, instead of getting completely bogged down writing hundreds of pages about what a piece of software might or should do, the Agile mindset says, hey, let's prioritize actually building something that works.
Now for the third pillar, which values customer collaboration over contract negotiation. Traditionally, so much energy was wasted fighting over initial contract terms in this really adversarial way. Agile completely flips the script on that. It prioritizes an ongoing, daily partnership with your customer so you can actually solve problems together as they pop up.
And here's the final pillar. Arguably, this is the one that requires the absolute biggest mindset shift, valuing responding to change over following a plan. Because let's be real, the reality of any complex project is that things change. New information comes to light, the market shifts, what your customer needs evolves. Adapting to reality as it actually happens is vastly preferred over stubbornly sticking to a predetermined script just because somebody wrote it down 6 months ago.
Now hold on, because there is a crucial caveat here that gets misunderstood all the time. The authors explicitly stated, while there is value in the items on the right, we value the items on the left more. So they absolutely aren't saying you should just toss all your plans and documents out the window. They're simply saying that when push comes to shove, the individuals, the working software, the collaboration, and adapting to change, those must take the absolute highest priority. So that's a beautiful, elegant philosophy, right? But at this point, you might be thinking, okay, that sounds great in theory, but how do Agile teams actually work in the real world? Well, to answer that, we need to shift gears from the broad philosophy of those 4 pillars and look at the actionable mechanics found in the 12 principles behind the Agile Manifesto. Section 3. Delivering value and embracing change.
These first few principles focus directly on the end customer and the product itself. According to Agile, your highest priority is satisfying the customer through early and continuous delivery. You want to deliver frequently, always aiming for shorter timescales. And get this, you actually welcome changing requirements. You're literally harnessing change for the customer's competitive advantage. And how do you measure your progress? Simple. You just ask, does the software actually work?
Section 4. Empowering motivated self-organizing teams. Now we're going to shift our focus to the human element, which is the actual engine driving Agile forward. Building directly on that very first pillar we talked about, business people and developers must work together daily. No more throwing a list of requirements over a brick wall and just walking away. You've got to build projects around motivated individuals, give them the environment they need, and actually trust them to get the job done. And the most efficient way to communicate? Face-to-face. Plus, the best architectures out there, they don't come from some top-down dictator. They emerge completely organically from these self-organizing teams.
Section 5. Simplicity and continuous improvement.
All right, so maintaining your momentum and your technical quality over the long haul without totally burning out is critical here. There's a really common misconception that Agile just means frantically sprinting forever, but the original sources say the exact opposite. Agile promotes sustainable development. Teams, sponsors, and users should all be able to maintain a constant pace indefinitely. And furthermore, you absolutely cannot sacrifice quality for speed. Continuous attention to technical excellence and good design is actually what enhances your agility.
I really want to pause and highlight this specific principle because it is just so profound. The authors state that simplicity is essential, but look at how they define it. The art of maximizing the amount of work not done. Just think about that for a second. Intentionally deciding what unnecessary work you can skip is a critical skill in this methodology. It's all about being incredibly protective of your team's time and focus, making sure every single ounce of effort goes directly toward creating actual, tangible value.
I want to wrap up this explainer by turning the very last Agile principle directly over to you. The principle states that, at regular intervals, the team reflects on how to become more effective and then tunes and adjusts its behavior accordingly. So I'll leave you with this question. Is your team currently taking the time to honestly reflect? Or are you guys just blindly following a rigid plan? The 4 Pillars of Agile offer a brilliant framework for unlocking incredible efficiency and collaboration, but it all starts with your willingness to adapt. Keep reflecting, keep tuning, and keep uncovering better ways of working.